The question is, does your dad have friends?
Maybe a year at a time. Anyways, well, what's up, dude?
So she's kind of a big EDM artist, huh? Scarlett?
Yeah, she's a pretty well-known Twitch streamer.
She hasn't released anything yet, though.
She's been DJing for quite a while. That's her main thing on Twitch, but she's never released any original music. Well, not under this project. She's released music on other projects, but this is her first release that she's working on. So we're in Orem right now. We rented an Airbnb, and this was kind of we have like a boutique record label management artist development company that we started together. Daddy's a partner. So it's me, Scarlett, Daddy, and Initiate. And if you watch the stream, all of us were on the stream. And so yeah, she started DJing on Twitch. She's been doing it full time now for a year and a half. The point of this retreat was we got together. I'm in North Carolina now, working on a YouTube channel. And so we came out to set like 2021 goals. We worked out our business plans for the year, our release plans for the year. Scarlett's gonna be putting out 5 songs.
Like your own YouTube channel?
No, I work for another YouTuber. He's called Mr.Beast.
Oh, okay.
It's my main day job, so to speak. My 50 to 80 hours a week job, and then in the nooks and crannies.
He's a janitor.
Yeah, I'm a.
You're a late night janitor, and you go and solve equations on math boards, or?
Exactly. I'm also a fluffer on set.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm out here, and we rented this house. I'll have to send you a picture showing the video. Or maybe just for your interview, we can just turn the camera really fast. So we are doing production. So we got like a little music workstation set up in this little ghetto basement. We've got a little vocal booth set up over here. Oh, there we go. So we're just working on music. In fact, that's what we were doing when we first hopped in the call, was recording some guitar for a Daddy track. So this is just sort of like a songwriting retreat / strategy session. So yeah, Scarlett's doing 5 songs. We haven't talked about Daddy's release plan for the year yet. We'll be doing that today. So I've been wanting to do a music project ever since I left VANLADYLOVE, but I've just been kind of working on other people's music. And
he was a big part of all the Daddy stuff. He played guitar and everything.
Yeah,
and co-produced it. So that was like directly after VANLADYLOVE. It was like jump right into Daddy. And then you've been working on your own stuff, but yeah, I think you should make the announcement here, dude.
Yeah, so I've made like 80 or 90 beats in the last year, about a year.
Jeez.
I'm launching a new project this year, so I'm actually going to drop my first track today. My biggest hang up right now is I'm still trying to figure out my artist name. I wanted it to just be Steele, my name. But as we started looking everything up, it's terrible for SEO.
Yeah.
There's 4 other Steeles on Spotify, and there's like 15 on Apple Music, which isn't necessarily prohibitive, but it's just, you know, one thing that Steeledream Records that we're really savvy at is like online marketing. It's something we put a lot into. Something VANLADYLOVE, if you ever heard of that project. VANLADYLOVE, we spent, you know, we worked a lot on the music, but we also were really strategic on how we ran the business. That was really a big part of our success.
Yeah, I was an intimate part of VANLADYLOVE at the end. You probably don't remember me, but I was at Dave Hall's house. I was the guy that was like going to help you guys get shows and stuff.
Oh, right on. I knew you looked familiar. That's cool. Dave Hall, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, obviously music is always the #1 most important thing. Like if you don't have good music that like is authentic,
yeah,
like means something, like it doesn't matter what it means. There's different niches, right? There's people like party, there's people that like really heartfelt emotional lyrics about breakups with their cat. There's people that like there's all sorts of niches, but it just has to be really authentic to the creator, I think, for it to be really believable. So it's like music's the #1 thing, but there's a lot of really good music that doesn't ever really see the light of day, or good music that doesn't go as far as it could. And so that music has to meet good branding, and that branding has to meet good messaging, and that has to meet like consistent you know, connection with your fans and with the media. So we always try to make sure we're paying enough attention to that as we do with creating music. So it's like finding that balance. So yeah, my announcement is new project. I'm settling on a name. I'm gonna have to just literally, one of the things about this project that's gonna be a little bit different is it's gonna be because I've been doing hip hop beats that are a lot less like lower production, not lower production, but simpler productions.
Mhm.
I make the songs like in a day or two, and I'm done with them. Like,
Is
it's
it
just
like
like,
lo-fi? Is it like hardcore rap? What is it?
no, I mean,
It's a variation. It's a lot of stuff. It's, I think at least from me observing the project, it's kind of just like whatever he makes, he doesn't go back over it again. He just mixes it, masters it, and throws it out. And sometimes it's more heavy, sometimes it's softer, sometimes it's more EDM, sometimes it's more lo-fi, sometimes it's more guitar based, sometimes it's more emo. And the cool thing about it is it's all good stuff, but you kind of get a variety. And how often you're releasing? This is the cool part.
so I'm gonna release a track every week on Spotify.
So new music from Steele literally every week, 52 tracks a year.
this year.
That is ambitious.
52 tracks. Once a month, my goal is to do one of the tracks with a vocalist. The other 3 will be instrumental. But I'm also gonna make them. I'm gonna make the copyright, like basically not no copyright, but basically I'll give copyright permission to just about anything. So I'm gonna put them up on YouTube, and I say just about anything. Like if some crazy, something that's just super not aligned with my values wants to use some of my music, like super political, it's just like way out there, decides to use my song in a YouTube video, I probably don't want that. If it's like just very, very morally appalling. Everything's going on, I just don't even want to get into politics.
Yeah, no, just leave it there. That's good.
Yeah. So you kind of get
the barbarian on the post, bro.
Bro, he would light that track up, dude.
Dude, just barbarian core.
Hardcore.
How much you want to bet he gets an interview though? That's you know what I mean? Like how much you want to bet he goes out there like interviews with ABC and all the news?
I watched one this morning of him.
What's that?
Did?
Yeah, I watched it.
All right, we're getting sidetracked. Anyway.
Yeah, but that's besides the point. But like, are you talking about your music getting licensed out to other things, or are you talking about these beats that you were writing?
So, I mean, that is my music. So basically, these beats that I'm writing, I'll release once a week, but I'm also going to upload them on a YouTube channel and make a playlist. And then any other YouTube channel or creator, or even up and coming rappers that want to use them, they're like free to use it. They're like hard for creators to get really good music. There are databases, but when people write for databases, I feel like you can tell. And I want to make music that like has artistic creativity that other creators can use. And then if someone wants to do something that needs that instrumental music, they're studying, they're doing something, they have music. But I also want to do stuff that has vocals, which is why once a month I want to actually work with a vocalist and do like a vocal track. So that way at the end of the year, I'll have like 11 to 12 tracks that are actually like, more of a centerpiece, a little more effort, a little bit more promotion behind them. I'll actually submit those to like Spotify for playlist consideration and all that. All the instrumentals like I won't submit for editorial. So that's kind of the strategy, is just no copyright. I'm just going like the Radiohead model, where just like pay what you want or do what you want, use it, stream it on Spotify, stream it on YouTube, put it in one of your videos.
So yeah, like you could use them for any of your videos and interviews. Like you don't even have to ask.
Bumper music, whatever you want. Just all I want is to be credited. I actually really like watching skateboard Instagram. Like I'm just, I suck at skateboarding. I grew up skateboarding. I can like ride around an ollie and like pop shove and do a few tricks, but I'm like not good at skateboarding. But I just love it. It's just so nostalgic for me. Like growing up playing Tony Hawk and stuff, and skateboarding really coming up from like skating pools in California to like just blowing up across the country. So I actually would be super stoked if like skateboarders started using my songs in their videos. Like
that'd be sick, dude.
I'd be pumped.
And snowboarders, and BMX.
Snowboarding was huge, BMX was big, yeah, all that.
What did Steve Miller really like? Was it snowboarding videos, or it was motocross videos?
No, and snowboarding. Yeah, no, it was snowboarding. He would always show me snowboarding.
He always showed me motocross.
That's funny. This guy I used to work with, he was like a little bit older than us, but he would be like, dude, because his music's kind of punk rock. He'd be like, you know what your music reminds me of? And then he would show us like early 2000s snowboarding videos. And I was like,
dude, I love it. I watch a lot of old like Jim Jones and Travis Rice and stuff like that. Like I love all those guys. They've been snowboarding forever. I need to buy it. That's the thing that I've been like debating as well. Is like I have this little secret stash of snowboard videos that I've been making. There's a lot of like I get on the powder days and stuff like that and going down and watching those videos is so therapeutic. It's awesome.
I didn't know that. It's sick. I used to snowboard a lot, and then I broke my collarbone, and it was just like one day I just like stopped snowboarding.
Yeah, just start releasing snowboard videos and use his music.
use my
That'd be
music,
sick.
bro.
That's the perfect collab. Have I told
Maybe
you
like
my
music
idea for
boner.
a music video that I'm doing? I want to do. I want to get like a really professional skateboarder, and I want to hire someone to deep fake my face onto it. So everyone thinks it's obvious, obviously, but like somebody else has my face and they're skating for a music video. I think that would be hilarious.
Like a Tony Hawk, like an X Games 900 video with your face on it.
He's the OG dad. Dude.
He's the OG skateboard dad.
He's the daddy, dude.
He's the dad of skateboarding.
That'd be pretty ridiculous. That'd be awesome at the same time, though.
So here's my problem. So Steele isn't very SEO friendly.
Oh, no, there are options though.
So that would be my first choice was Steele. I just really like the simplicity of that.
Yeah.
So having said that, I've got two kind of goofy names that might be funny. One is I've always used Steeler89 as one of my online usernames. It's like my online username on like Xbox, like all sorts of things. But I didn't think that was 89 is the year I was born. I didn't think that was very funny, so I want to make it Steelers69.
Yeah, I was gonna say 69 420.
Exactly. 69 420. Or 69 420 would be funny.
I know. Just the name 69 420.
Or Steelers 69 420. That's kind of a lot. The other one that I just thought that had me pretty dead. This was a daddy idea. And I'm actually probably leaning towards this one. It's so dumb. And some people are gonna think I'm serious. Like my wife hated it. Is Lil Steele.
Lil Steele. No, dude. That's freaking perfect. Yes. Especially if you do like at least like a parody rap or something like that and not take it super seriously, then people will know. It's like Lil Windex.
Is that a real person?
Yeah, Lil Windex is like a viral parody rapper. Like he makes actual good music and he talks about like serious things, but his videos are just like
that's insane. That's your vibe.
And like a little dicky,
because I was telling him like for his music videos, he should just pull out his iPhone and film with like a speaker and then one shot. That's his music video and he uploads.
So one take.
Like it's just an iPhone video with his friends or just like playing guitar or something like that. Like just one take and that's the official music video. And make it really fun and just not try hardy. You know what I mean? Like just really cool.
Yeah, like if you're having fun with it, I think that's where most people get trapped, right? Is they try to like take it way too serious and they want to have like this big production and stuff. And like looking back at my music videos, I'm like, man, I wish I would have just like been really ratty about it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the stuff that's more fun to watch.
And I much prefer the goofy, funny.
It's just more authentic, you know. I make music because I enjoy it and I have fun, and I just want other people to have fun. I in no shape, weight, or form.
I was asking what his opinion is of all the three that you just gave him. Which one?
Yeah, so which one's your favorite?
Which was my favorite? Honestly, I'm really hooked on Steelers 69 420 and the one that you just said. I really like Steeledream as well because to me that's like what I associate you with in my head because of all your social media handles and everything. But yeah, I think that Lil Steele would be pretty funny as well. Those are my top three right there.
I'm not sure if you are prepared to live down the rest of your life, but I feel like Lil Steele is so relevant. Like Lil has been around in the rap scene for so long, and it just keeps going, dude. Yeah. People just keep doing it, and it's so funny to me. So I don't know. That's my vote too. I think Lil Steele's the money.
The other thing I was thinking of that popped into my head is like Steel Nips, like instead of Rock Nips.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, dude, can you imagine? Yeah.
All right, I'll put that one in a hat. Maybe I'll just have to put them all in a hat and just draw one randomly. And that's what it's like, oh man, that's really. All right, guys, I didn't know what to put my name. So you guys are gonna watch me sign my name.
That's hilarious, dude.
It's like better than a.
Well, we could do it right now in the interview.
I could do a poll.
Yeah, that's true. We could do it right now. We could figure out your name. Hold it in the hat right now.
Do we have any paper in this house?
I can go find some. Yeah, we do. Here's a pen. Here, I'll go find some paper. Are you ready to commit? Can you do it right now?
What if I want it to be Lil Steele and it doesn't land on Lil
Well, then
Steele?
you say, all screwed. I want to do Lil Steele. That's hilarious.
Just write down Lil Steele like 6 times.
Just put it all Lil Steele into the hat.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say I could just write steel nips 6 times and put it into a hat and pull it out. Like he had to do it.
Or you know what I could do? I could just write get 20 pieces of paper, and the ones that I like better, I'll write it like 3 times, and the ones I don't like as much, I'll write it like 1 time. Give myself a higher probability.
No, just keep it equal, man. Let fate decide. You gotta let the fate of the randomness decide your future. This is the name you're gonna be using forever. Is Lil still? Hold up. I kind of want to see if Lil still is.
I looked at him on SoundCloud. There's someone that has like 6 followers on SoundCloud that has.
Oh, okay. So then you're good. Is it Steele with an E at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's easy one.
Spotify, when you put your artist name in, it does a search across all the music stores and it tells you. And I don't think it doesn't check SoundCloud, but it checks like Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, like all those, and nothing came up under Lil Steele.
Oh, it's almost perfect.
Same thing. Nothing came up under Steeler 69. I even thought about doing Steele 33L3 as like an internet thing, but it just looks so dumb.
All right, bro. I found the shopping list, bro.
All right.
Shopping list right here. Okay, contenders that you're okay with being in the
Do you
hat.
have another daddy hat we can put it in?
This is called the Chalice of Dad.
It's time to mix it up in the chalice of dad. Oh man, I need to like think of an animation or something like that.
Okay.
Spins onto the screen.
Dude, this is like a multi-decade commitment you're making right here.
You're on the randomness of this drawing right now.
Okay, here I'm making them even. Okay, I'm folding it in quarters here.
This is how we make important decisions here. Okay.
This is the only way. There's 2 ways to sort important decisions.
Okay, so you're gonna decide which ones are on here. No input from anyone else. Okay, this is just you.
The way we sort important decisions is we throw things into a hat or rock, paper, scissors. That's how you sort all important decisions in life.
That's how the professionals do it. That's how it's been done since the dawn of time.
Dude, when we were on tour in VANLADYLOVE, like that's how we decided shotgun. That's who we decided got to sleep in the nice bed. That's how we decided who didn't have to sleep on the floor.
It was all rock, paper, scissors?
It's all rock, paper, scissors.
So I had a friend who studied the art of rock, paper, scissors, and he could beat you 9 times out of 10. He could tell what
serious?
Psychology,
you're gonna
dude.
do. It's a psychology thing, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys watch the rock, paper, scissors Mr.Beast creator games?
No, huh?
You should watch it.
I did, yeah, I watched it.
We did a. It was actually the #1 YouTube live stream of all time. We did a rock, paper, scissors, and had like 32 big other creators like Jeffree Star, Nate Shot. We even had a special guest, Jack Black, come in and play. It was all remote. It was like right in the middle of COVID, so it was all on Zoom. And Jimmy was determined that it was all strategy. It's like it's all strategy.
It is. All right, Steele, give me your 4 names.
All right.
Show it to the camera too while you put it in so that we know it's legit.
So I think just plain Jane Steele.
Okay.
Just Steele.
All right.
There we go.
It doesn't even show it.
You can see the steel.
The red, it's red pen for so. This, just trust me, it says Steele.
We'll just switch it.
Hey Nick, come film this real
You
quick.
can just put it up on your on text.
Oh yeah. Put it up on the
Yeah,
screen. Okay. That's a good idea.
Just because the damn ring light won't show up.
All right, here. Where's your phone? Let him film it.
With the
Wait,
camera or with my
use one of
phone?
your guys' phones.
Okay.
I need
With the
2%.
camera or my phone?
Okay, so go ahead and just click film, then I'll explain what's. Are you explaining what's going on?
This is
I'm
supposed to be
more and more starting to root for Steel 69. Steeler 69.
so.
There's a ceremony.
We're writing down my top 4 choices, maybe 5 choices, on a piece of paper. We're putting them into a dad hat, and I will pull out one, and that will be my artist name.
So moving forward, this could be 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
This is going to impact the rest of my life.
We got plain Jane Steele right here. Okay, what's the others?
Steeler 69.
Okay.
And that could involve the Steeler 69 420, but maybe we'll.
That's phase 2. That's
Here, if you draw that one, we have to do rock, paper, scissors.
Oh yes.
There we go.
For the 420 at the end.
Steeler 69. Okay, what's the next one?
Oh yeah.
Lil Steele.
Okay. Lil Steele.
And then the fourth one is Steel Beast.
Okay.
Any other contenders? Sure. I mean, I'm down to throw a couple in there.
It's up to you. Are you
completely?
These gotta be ones that you're willing to commit to, dude.
Yeah, I will throw the
Okay, hold that open. Okay. There's one.
random death roll, which is the steel nips. If you write that down, you have to stick with it.
I would not put that in
That's
my hat.
that's like a stage hazard.
Yeah.
It is a stage hazard. That's why.
He's gonna get feedback from those when he's playing guitar on stage. Okay, so there's 4. Anything else? This is your moment. Is there anything else that comes to mind that you want to put in there? Steel 69 420. All up to you, dude. No influence from us. Anything else, or are those good?
Kid of Steel. Did we like that one? I don't know. Remember the one I sent you?
Yeah, Kid Steel. I like Kid Steel. That's cool. Like Kid Leroy.
Everybody hates.
Not steel kids.
Good.
What's that?
Not steel kids.
Steal
Steal your kids, steal your wife.
Your kids.
Steal your money. Should we steal your money?
Steal your money. That's actually lit, dude. Steal your money. Spelled like STELE. Oh, that's good. Okay, anything else?
In the peanut gallery.
Is Lil Steel in there?
Lil Steel's in
Lil
there.
Steel's in there. Kid Steel's pretty good.
I like Kid Steel
All right, let's
too.
do Kid Steel. You got any more? I guess Nip. I don't know, dude. I don't know if I can do Nips, Kid Steel Nip.
I wouldn't
No.
do Steel Nip.
That's the death roll.
It's a good idea. But not...
That might end me up on like Pornhub or something.
Again?
I could do an OnlyFans.
Yeah, there you go. That's your stripper name if life really ever goes downhill for you.
You could tattoo your nipples like a gray color and Steel Nips.
Dude, with my dad bod, it would be perfect.
All right, anything
Pointy
else?
Tony,
Anything
like,
else?
my COVID weight.
So do you think Kid Steel is something you can commit to? Because I would only put things in that you're absolutely sure that you could do. I think Steel 69, Steel, Lil Steel, and Steel Beast are all solid.
Part of me doesn't want to pick Steel Beast.
Okay, let's take it out. Yeah. Let me find it.
No steel beast? Okay.
Part of me wants
Okay, it's out. You got 3. Anything else you can think of? This is the moment of truth. Do you want to pull it, or what do you want to do?
I want Nick to pick it.
All right.
No. You have to pick it. You have to pick it.
This is your destiny. This is forever.
Responsibility.
Can I
Take a piece of beef jerky.
in there?
Steel beef. BAF.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Oh God.
Here it is.
This is authentic anxiety.
One fell
right
out. Okay.
now. Oh, career change.
No anxiety, dude. This is it. You make your movements, or you make your decisions on the
This
fly.
is real content right now.
All right, here we go. You ready?
I'm stoked.
Don't look. Don't look. You don't want to look. Okay. All right.
I feel like I want to pull Lil Steel.
Okay. Well, you can make that decision if you pull it. Okay, ready? Steel.
Just
All right.
steel?
Okay. So now you make a
Okay.
decision. Is it Lil Steel or is it Steel?
Or it could be any of them. Yeah, do I just stick with it? Do I go against my SEO instinct and just go with Steel?
Should we rock, paper, scissors this out?
So then you tell
Okay, I'll
me
do
your
Lil
list.
Steel.
Okay.
Okay. And then you do Steel.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
So
Best two out of
that's
three.
your favorite.
Yeah, I like Lil
Okay.
Steel. Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, you won. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, here we go.
Right. You're Steel. You're just going to have to work
Should I
hard.
rock, paper, scissors you for Steeler 69?
Oh,
No, this is all right.
Oh, dang it.
Out of space.
you got no space on your phone.
No, his camera just died. That's telling me that there's no more.
It's Steel. It's Steel. You're going to have to just work with it.
It's been sealed. The fate's over.
I think so too. You just have to blow up bigger than those other people, and hopefully no one's
or else just make it STAEL.
I think it's my first name.
Okay,
I don't think
do
you
it.
can be. You know what I mean? Like, if
STAEL.
there's 2 Taylor Swifts, their names were genuinely Taylor Swift.
Yeah. All right.
I could-
Steel.
I'll ask her-
Cheers to Steel.
Cheers! You saw it here first, ladies and
Yo,
gentlemen,
boy.
on the Saxon Show. So what's the name of your media organization?
It's called The Music Cook.
Hell yeah. I'm
Yeah.
pumped. You heard it. Here we go. You heard.
Introducing Steele.
You heard
That's-
it here first on the Music Hook.
Your career change. Everything's different now. How does it feel?
Yeah.
You feel like
Yeah.
a new man?
Different. Now we can upload it
Yeah, we can upload it. We know.
to DistroKid.
You're ready to go. Wow, I'm proud of you. That is a big moment. This is a big step. I feel like we should commemorate it somehow, but I don't have any like food or
Go get a tattoo of his name on your body.
There we go.
tattoo on it. Oh, if I hit like
We'll get matching ones.
that would be it. That would be a big commitment. I don't know. That'll be in the works.
Sweet. So yeah, we'll send you the first song that comes out today. And then
It
you
comes
can-
out today? What time today?
As soon
as
as
Spotify
we're done
distributes
here,
it, or
we'll
just
go
gets
upload it. We literally were gonna upload it last night, and then we got hung up on this whole name thing. I
Okay.
couldn't sleep last night because of it, and here we are now working on some music. But I think as soon as we're done talking to you, we'll jump on the old MacBook and get it uploaded, and then it takes some time for it to get distributed. So
So it may not come out on all platforms today, but if it doesn't, it'll be available somewhere, at least on SoundCloud and YouTube, and then tomorrow it will pop on Spotify if it doesn't come up today.
Yeah, we'll throw it up on the Instagram account the second that you
Hell
send
yeah.
it over. Just
Cool.
send it over, we'll take care of it.
this whole thing, I'm just trying to be like, I will do promotion stuff. Like I'm gonna do some like ad campaigns and stuff. But it's because it's one song a week, it's not as much of like a build up, it's more like a consistency thing. So which is why I don't care that I'm really just like uploading a song day of. It's not necessarily on a whim, but sort of on a whim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the whole vibe about this. I just don't want to overthink it. It's like don't overthink anything. Which is why, we just pick my name out of a hat. So I just don't overthink it. Which is hard. It's definitely a natural habit, I think, for any artist, but me in particular, to want to overthink things. And I think that's why this will be kind of like
It's like an exercise for you.
Yeah, it's like
It'll be good for you.
an exercise just to not overthink things.
Well, I think like you had a huge following of VANLADYLOVE, and I think it's got to be intimidating to like start something fresh again and see like,
It's been
oh, there's
crippling,
success with there, and it's like, okay, now I have to like, your brain is like, I have to be up to that par immediately, and so it's like, I just think taking a different approach with it is going to be really cool.
It's taken me 4 years to be able to like shape that.
Yeah, and your stuff is great. Like we listened to probably 30 demos last night. Well, 30 finished songs, and we picked the top 6 that we liked for the next like few weeks, and then you're gonna be working on new content and releasing it, and it's gonna be awesome. I mean, literally, you could probably cover the whole year if you wanted to. This already with the songs you have. But he wants to just fill it out as he goes and kind of experience it as you go. And I think one of the cool things about it is it's kind of like a journal for me.
Yeah.
Because it's like I can look back and see they're going to be numbered. I don't want to talk about all this if you want to, but they're going to be numbered like 001, 002, 003.
We have like a template for the cover, so I'll use a different. I was like kind of working on another project that we kind of did but didn't really go. It was a deep house project with my sister. And so I started taking disposable camera photos. This is before David Dobrik even started doing it.
Okay.
Disposable camera, like an actual disposable camera. In fact, we have one right somewhere around here. But yeah, disposable camera.
Oh, we should take a photo of you holding the hat, dude.
Oh yeah, this is a moment.
Here, I'll do that real quick. Or pull out Steele or where's Steele? Right here. Pull it out. Yeah, keep it and hold it. Okay. All right, here we go. You don't get it's not gonna. You gotta hold the. You can if I do it this way.
Yeah.
Here, I want to do it so you can use it as a cover. Give me a smile, dude. Let me try a couple.
Moment commemorated.
What?
All the cover photos are gonna be with disposable camera. Like the cover art.
Cool.
It's like tripping out Zoom whenever you hit that.
I
Yeah.
dig it because it's not like a lot of people use the Polaroid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's interesting that you're using the disposable rather.
It's a process too. He has to like go drop it off at a grocery store.
At Walmart, and it takes him like 3 weeks to get it developed. So I have no idea what I'm going to get. And it turns out, I forgot this because we used disposable cameras a lot as a kid, but you know, obviously we moved to digital cameras at pretty like my early teenage years. So you forget, but if the lighting isn't good, the photos are fucked. Like they do not turn out. They do not turn out. In fact, I have a lot of photos that they just literally look like, you know, like TV static, like an old TV where it's just complete. It's like when you turn on a channel, there's no channel there. It just looks like that. That's how they turn out. And then they have this like weird green hue. Like they just do not turn out. So it's like, and sometimes it like kind of is in between that and a working photo. So you just get really crazy vibey stuff. I guarantee at some point I'll release one of my songs and that will be the cover. It will just be literally one of the photos
of what we
did
just
not
said?
turn out. You know,
Yeah.
just like some of some of the ones that just did not turn out. If it matches the vibe of that song, like maybe it was like, you know, a bad week or something and the music's a little more angsty. Or
like
something.
Very like independent, very like underground type of feel. It is very nonchalant approach to it as like, you know, not taking yourself too seriously. I think that's awesome.
It's like anti-sweaty, dude.
Yeah, it's the reverse of a sweater.
Nice, though, yeah, dude.
To touch on the live stream that I got to see with you guys the other day. How did you guys like? How did that come about? Where did that come from? 'Cause that's awesome.
Year in the making of just like refining ideas. So Scarlett is one of the artists that we work with. She's actually my sister. Yeah. She got into Twitch back when we started this Deep House. She's a big gamer, and she's also a musician, but she was doing like rock music. So I flew out like 2 or 3 years ago to Arizona where she lives, or Florida. Just kidding. She's not giving docs. I think it's docs her. So just edit out the Arizona part. I flew out to her home, and it was like, you need to learn Ableton instead of. She was working with other producers, and it was just expensive, and it was just slow. And I was like, look, you know music theory inside and out. And she actually got a engineering degree, a associates in audio engineering. So she actually had an engineering background. She wasn't using it at all. So I taught her Ableton. But her being such a gamer, we got really into doing. The way I taught her music was like, hey, let's do remixes of video games. It's like up your alley. You'll connect with it. You'll have fun with it. So we started doing video game remixes. We like remixed the Mario Underground theme. We remixed the GoldenEye theme song. We remixed Donkey Kong's theme song.
Okay.
Because it was so gamery, she started doing Twitch. She started streaming like 3 years ago. About a year and a half ago, she was successful enough.
Yeah, she blew up.
Then she got partnered. She started doing it full time. She started making really good money doing it.
Nice.
Then fast forward, she was mostly just doing gaming and art and other variety stuff. But Daddy and I attempted to do a music festival in support of mental health. I had a friend that committed suicide, and it really impacted us. And Brendan's had, you know, a lot of suicide. Suicide's impacted his life way more than it's impacted mine.
Yeah, we went into that a little bit on the last stream.
So it's something that we're really passionate about, and something that we really, you know, it's something that we want to do is like more work on like moving that front forward. So we've done a couple charity shows where all the proceeds go to support organizations that work on mental health. And so we were attempting to do one that we ended up having to cancel this one just because funding got pulled out at the last minute, and we had huge production. We had big artists coming in, and then suddenly we had no funding for the production, so we had to cancel it. But we booked Scarlett to come out, and I was like, hey, Scarlett, that's my sister, the Twitch streamer. I was like, hey, you need to learn how to DJ because we're booking you on this show, and you're going to fly out and you're going to come do a DJ set. She was like, oh, shit. We learn how to DJ. And so she bought a little DJ controller, unboxed it on stream, and her chat started teaching her how to DJ just by like backseat.
Oh, are you serious?
And that was like a year and a half ago. And now she's a phenomenal DJ. Like she's way better than either of us.
And fast forward, we did do a charity event last year.
Yeah.
With Pancreatic Cancer Foundation, where her chat helped raise $10,000 for pancreatic cancer victims, which is the most aggressive form of cancer. And so we were able to finally, because of her platform, we were able to make it happen again, virtually during COVID, and it did really well. Yeah, and we had really cool artists like 85, front page of Twitch, like. So yeah, I think that it all has been a journey to a good place. There's been some mistakes and some stuff that's happened, but yeah, yeah, we were able to do that. And now each week we alternate between something called Beatcast, which is we bring on like music industry experts.
Podcast.
It's a podcast where we talk about the music industry and strategy and all sorts of stuff. And then we do a beat battle every other week where there's a prize pool of money that people donate to. So her chat will actually help donate. She'll put some into, I think this week is up to 260. Is that right? And what they do is they drop a stem or a sample inside of Discord, and then you just grab the sample and then you create a song using that sample under a minute. And then we judge it, and then whoever gets the highest score amongst the judges and the audience wins the prize pool. And so it's been really fun. This is our third week doing that, and it's been super successful. Lots of people have come through. We've gotten lots of submissions. In fact, it's not too late, right? So if this comes out before Monday, which I don't know if it will, then it's ongoing.
It's every Monday,
yeah.
so whenever it
Every
comes
other
out,
Monday, right?
I don't know if we.
I don't think we've decided yet.
Yeah. So
it's either gonna be every Monday or every other Monday.
Beat Battle, Beatcast, the podcast segment has been going on for almost a year now.
Mm-hmm.
The Beat Battle is only in our third week, so
if you're interested, go to twitch.tv/SCXRLET64.
And you can
I'll
find
link it down in the description too.
And link the
and her
Discord.
Discord
That's
too.
where you
That's where you get the
submit
sample.
and get the samples.
Yep.
Discord.
Okay, yeah. Send me the link to the Discord and I'll put it down there as well. Or is it
Steele-
on her channel as well, the Discord?
Yeah, if you go to our channel, you'll find our Discord link.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Wow.
So you submit, and then it's just like you said.
So I'm a judge. Steele's a judge. Initiates a judge. Scarlett's a judge, and then we'll have one or two guest judges, and then the audience actually contributes. They do a straw poll, and then the average. Then we take the numbers and we average it out, and whoever ends up with the highest average wins.
Yeah, I love that. The way that it like appears into the chat is super clean. Like you click on it, and then you guys start seeing the results, and you can like end the poll. I thought that was like
cool,
one of
right?
the coolest things I'd seen. Yeah, I was like, because I do that little thing on Instagram, and I was like, yeah, I'm doing it all wrong. Because I've been thinking I need to transition this to YouTube and like start getting competition. So when I started seeing you guys like running that and like giving money back to creators, it's like this is the way to go. Like I believe in that so heavily, and I think it's like a cool thing that you guys are a part of. I think it's really special. I think all EDM artists that watch this, they need to go participate in this competition. Like,
oh yeah, even if it's
this
just
is
I mean,
great.
a way to get your name out there. I mean, you have the judges saying your name and talking about you. You can plug your stuff in the chat. Like it's a really good
free money.
Yeah, and some of us you're gonna get good feedback. Some of us are a little lighter handed, and some of us are a little heavier handed with the feedback. But honestly, it's good. Like.
Daddy.
I was kind of intense last week.
Daddy was coming down with the hammer last time.
I'm usually pretty nice, but I don't know. I just try to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we just want to be honest. Like, if your song isn't good, and obviously music
needs to fit the rules. So it needs to be in the 1 to 2 minutes. You need to use the sample recognizable way. And then from there on is kind of what I feel like what you're talking about, where it's like if it's good, if you actually put effort into it, and
we don't care what genre it is. We literally don't care what genre it is.
Disco won last week.
Yeah, disco, like a disco house song won. It literally just matters. There's certain fundamental things like if you have too many elements going on at the same time and there's no focus, it doesn't matter what genre you're in. Now it's okay to do that for a bit for contrast, but there has to become something where it comes back to that's like focused and some sort of hook or legible. Like, so we're gonna judge it on those things. It doesn't matter that like maybe someone likes trap, someone doesn't, someone likes house, someone doesn't. Maybe it's super experimental. It doesn't matter as long as it is interesting, creative, and like you can tell some effort's been put into it. If it's just like super low effort noise, then that's what's gonna get you harsh criticism. And it's like either if you're someone who wants to do music, you need that. Like you need someone to be honest with you rather than be like, oh man, I don't hurt your feelings, so that was really swell. And then they just keep doing the same thing and they don't learn.
Are you guys signing any new people to Steele Records? Are you guys looking for new artists? Like what's going on with that?
Long form answer to what you asked. We are always open to hearing anything you send us. Don't have any expectations, because right now we're trying to scale we're a boutique label, so we're not huge. We're trying to work with the few that we've really, really carefully selected,
High attention.
help them blow up, and then eventually we'll be looking for that. But like,
Yeah.
it has to be the right fit if we're gonna do it. You know what I mean?
You don't put all your eggs in one basket when you submit music, especially.
There's collab opportunities, right? Maybe we don't sign them, but maybe they work on a track that's on the label. If it's a vocalist, maybe they're on one of our tracks. If it's a producer, maybe it's like featuring or collab, you know, like X, like Daddy X so and so. So there's lots of different opportunities. And then also, if the person doesn't come off as weird, like if they're just cool, like we're saying, then of course we're going to want to help them. So maybe they don't work with us, but maybe we know somebody else that would be a good fit, or someone else, or some advice even. Like there's still value. We're the type of people that we want to help out in any way we can. As long as the person's respectful and shows respect, then like, if they're not respectful, we'll just ignore them. If they're respectful, then we're gonna be like, dude, I know exactly what it's like to be an up and coming musician. We're still up and coming musicians. I even think when you're successful, that's what's funny, people don't realize. You could have 5 million monthly listeners and sign to a major label, and you'll still be like, damn, I wish I had 10 million monthly listeners, and I wish I was getting more spins on the radio. You're always an up and coming artist, always. There's always someone bigger than you, unless you're like Justin Bieber, and then you're the biggest on the planet.
Well, even then, I mean, look at like the Beatles or like some of those bands that just Elvis. Like you're never gonna be Elvis. Like you just. There's always something, and I'm not saying maybe he is bigger than Elvis, but in his mind, he's going to say, I've never been Elvis. And that's just the way the human mind works. Drew from the Chainsmokers said it best. He said, and he's talking specifically about depression, but I think this could go with just self-esteem and anything in that arena, which is just, depression doesn't matter how much money or followers, or it doesn't care how much money or how many followers or how many girls or how many guys or whatever you have, because it attacks how you feel about it. And so it feels the same no matter where you are. And so it is a thing of just learning. And I think that's one of the cool things about Steele's project, is just learning to be okay with what you have, putting it out there, and that's the expectation. Like, you don't have to stress about it. You don't really have to. You can obviously shoot goals for monthly listeners or anything, stuff like that.
Yeah, you should have
growth, right? Because growth is normal human, but just don't be too try-hardy. It just takes the fun out of it.
And people smell that. And just like, I don't know, there's certain projects that somehow are kind of try-hardy and they work.
But I think a lot of people know when it's not authentic, when you're not being a real person. That's something that I think about all the time, you know. I think a lot of musicians know that deep down, but there's a lot of forcing that ends up coming out.
Authenticity is like a trillion times more important than perfection. Like, I can't overstate it enough. I mean, the YouTube channel I work on, Mr.Beast, he is obsessed with authenticity. We won't even shoot things out of order. You know, it would save us.
None of it's fake. Like, literally
grand.
All that stuff.
We could save 20 grand by like maybe shooting some other scene, doing this, and whatever, because it would be just easier from a production standpoint. He will not do that because he wants things authentic. Even if people lose, like, there's stuff that doesn't make it into our videos. Like, let's say we shoot it and someone won money in the video. Like, rather than getting off camera and be like, oh, actually, you're not going to be in the video, so we're not going to give you this money. Like, we probably give away another 30 to 40 grand that never even makes it into the video, because Jimmy's like, if I say something, then we're doing it. Like, it just wasn't good enough to make the edit. We always shoot like 30 to 50% more content that never makes it into the video. We edit all sorts of stuff out just because we have to keep it into a certain format and flow. And so we could probably save like hundreds of thousands of dollars a year at this point of people that don't make it in the video that we still give money to. But Jimmy's like, no, like, my whole thing is about being authentic, and everything we do, nothing. I mean, there's little tiny things. So I'm trying to think of something that we'll fake, but even the stuff that we fake, it's stuff that's kind of obvious, and it's more of a meme that we fake stuff. I'm trying to even think of a good example. We used to use prop money, but we don't even do that anymore because Jimmy's so like, no, we got to use cash. We got to use real cash. Like, well,
you give them the money afterwards. Like,
yeah, we used to do prop money for certain things because it was dangerous, and we didn't want people to get robbed.
Yeah.
We would use prop money and then write him a check, but then Jimmy decided against that, and so now every bank in Greenville hates us because we literally
just go there and just withdraw all the cash.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being so powerful you could just drain the banks?
We drain every bank in Greenville. Yeah, we have to go to Raleigh. We have to drive sometimes like an hour and a half to get cash for videos.
Just imagine being in that Mr.Beast car, just driving all the cat. Dude, that's kind of dangerous.
I had to do it, dude. I've literally had to go to a bank and pick up 50 grand in small bills. I'm like, dude, I'm like, luckily the banks kind of know us now, but I'm like, we've had problems with them thinking we were laundering money.
Wow, for real.
They thought we were money launderers, and then because of who we are, and then we had to explain it to them and show them stuff. They're like, okay.
But
We're probably on an FBI list for sure.
Long story short, authenticity is super important.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm excited for Steele's release. I think bringing it back today, his first song comes out. We're super excited.
Under Steele.
All on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and all that. He's gonna be releasing little videos that show how he makes his songs too, every single week on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram Reels. So you'll have lots of opportunities to see what he's doing. We're really excited.
Is there anything else that you'd like to plug at the end of the video, Steele, that we can promote to the people, to your audience, to whoever watches it?
When you're editing, I would just say the beat battle's gonna be cool. I think Steeledream Records. Right now we just have an Instagram, so maybe put that up, and then that, you know, I guess my new project is basically it. I mean, Daddy is really important to me. That's something that I've been kind of behind the scenes, done all the guitar and just supported him. So like, it is definitely his brainchild. He's the creative juice behind it and the face, but like I'm very invested in its success. And so like, that's always something I want to promote.
It's funny because we both co-own this record label. It's our record label. Obviously, it's Steeledream Records, so he's the CEO. But SVP. I don't know what would you call me? CEO two. Yeah, CEO two.
CEO.
Yeah, there you go. But it's funny. We get to kind of act like managers for each other because we both are very invested in each other's projects. So we are able to help see each other's blind spots and help each other grow. And that's been really, really, we've been doing this for years now, you know?
We've been friends for like 6 years and basically working together on stuff since the day we met. Another time.
We met in 2016, dude. We
met before that.
Because it's 2021, dude. So it's been like 7 years.
Wow. It's weird to say.
More than 5 years.
5, 6, yeah. I'm terrible now. Dropped out of college.
We'll have to tell this story of coming back. That's pretty funny. I didn't take him seriously. He was fresh off his mission, and I thought he was this obnoxious, hyper, little sweaty tryhard. For some reason, he kept hitting me up on Snapchat. We met after a VANLADYLOVE concert, and I liked his vibe, but he was just really like hyper and wasn't doing music or anything. And he kept wanting to hang out, and I was like, dude, I don't want to hang out. Like, you're a dude. What are we gonna do? Like, you want to go on a date or something? Like, what are you talking about?
A bromance.
Yeah,
that's what the socks on.
Yeah, dude,
and I was like, took myself all seriously because I was in VANLADYLOVE and I was hanging out with chicks and whatever. But he kept hitting me up, and I just had this. I kept wanting to blow him off, and I was just gonna like, dude. I was like, probably multiple times, like, typed out like, dude, I don't want to hang out. Like, it was gonna be mean. But I just had this weird feeling to not do that. And eventually one time he was like, hey, I'm headed home from Salt Lake. Do you want to like watch a movie or something? And my initial reaction, I was about to roast him, like, watch a movie, what is this, a bro date? But I was like a year or two into producing at that point, and I was like, he'd mentioned that he was really into electronic music, and that's something we kind of like, I remember connecting on electronic music. And I was like, well, how about you come over and I'll show you Ableton, which is a software I use to make music, and I'll just show you that. And I was like, for some reason, I was like, fine, you can come over. He'd asked me like 5 times. So,
you're making me sound so try-hardy.
I
was not try-hardy. I just thought you were cool. We were trying to hang out. What was I going to get from you?
I don't know.
I was doing music at that point. I just thought you were cool. So
just off the internet. Who is this? Is it a girl?
Well, I was just trying. I thought he was cool because we like went to dinner and we all hung out. And I was like, hey, this looks like it could be a new friend. So let's hang out. I didn't think about music.
I'm trying to drama. Actually, this is what I thought though. But this is the funny part is he came over. And I started showing him Ableton. I've shown a few other people, like, or girls who come over and show him Ableton to like show off or whatever. And they were usually like, kind of intimidated, and they would just stand back. I even had other musicians come over, and they would just kind of like stand back. He was way different. He literally ran up. The minute I started showing it to him, he walks up, I have this little sample pad that has like all the little lights and stuff. You can hit like pads on it. He just comes up and starts immediately playing stuff, and I was like, damn, like you're really creative. Like this is cool. Like right away he started writing stuff that was like I was totally vibing on. I was like, wait, do that again. Here, let me record that. So I was like starting to record what he was doing, and then he just ended up staying like all night, and we ended up writing like most of a song that night.
Oh, good. Yeah.
This is sick. And I was like, you should come over tomorrow. And he came over, and we ended up writing a whole EP. VANLADYLOVE was headlining a festival, and he talked me into getting. We started a duo like within a few days.
Yeah, we started an EDM duo, and neither of us knew like how to make music at all.
So we well, I know how to make
well, music, but not like EDM. Yeah.
So we.
Wait, this was like right after VANLADYLOVE, right?
No, during.
This is like right when they started blowing. This is like right before they started.
Right when I met Dave Hall. This is right around
okay.
Dave Hall. So I ended up getting him on a festival, and there was like 3,000 people. And our first time, my first time DJing, and his first time like performing. We went up. We called it Plan Z, and we went out. And
but then we found out later that Plan Z was one of Hitler's like tactics for tanks. So it was like one of his. It was like one of his plans to invade like Poland or something like that. So we're like, yeah, we can't really be that anymore. So we had no idea, but
we called it Plans.
Plans, yeah.
So that's how it started. I really slept on him. So that's one of the things is don't ever sleep on anyone because they might end up being your best friend. And to this day, I think Brendan's one of the most creative. Like Brendan can just write melodies out of his butt left and right, and then like, damn, that's perfect. Like just like first try, I'm like, yep. That's better than anything I would have written, so let's do that. And I've had the opportunity to write with some really amazing, successful, like bigger names, people, and I feel like Brendan holds his own with anyone that I've ever worked with. So it just goes to show that I was totally stuck up, and for some reason, I just
wanted to watch a movie. What? I got roped into this. All I wanted to do was now I have to dress up like a dad and DJ from a grill. I don't know what happened here.
And what's funny is he told me, he was like, I just want to be a writer. I just want to be a writer. I could never be a producer. But after like a week with working with him, I was like, you could totally be a producer. But it's just really intimidating at first, all the technical knowledge.
I have a difficult time with technology. I still do. I feel like writing is still my strong point, and I'm really trying to get better at producing, but I think it just goes to show that, like, I didn't believe in myself at all. And Steele has always been so encouraging and kind, and he kept pushing me. And it wasn't even like, he wasn't gentle about it. He was like, no, like, you can do this. And then he would, like, teach me. And I'd be like, I don't want to learn. And he would still teach me.
Like,
he would still say it.
You don't want me just to do things. He'd have an idea. He was like, you do it. I'm like, no, sit down. I'm making you do it.
And that was one of the biggest blessings I think I've ever been given, because I mean, at that point, I didn't have a good family. I'd been through just so much crap in my life. Like, I didn't have very many people that like genuinely believed in me. And the fact that Steele just like kind of forced it and just said like, no, like you can do this. It really gave me the confidence to move forward. And I don't think, and now, I mean, frankly, I'm really confident in my music. I think my music's awesome, and I have a lot of fun making it. I get to work with really cool people and my friends, and that satisfaction never would have come had he not pushed me so hard. And so, I'm very grateful for that whole thing happening. And I hope that, you know, the friendship has helped you too. I feel like we've created something really cool. And this label, it has been one of the funnest things I've ever done before.
What I got out of it was any project I ever worked on, it was always a collaborative. I was always like in a band. So I didn't have a lot of confidence in making music of my own. I was always kind of like, you know, the lineman on the team, or like what's like a, you know, just a really
solid support role.
I was always
like
really
midfield, like, or
I had a lot of knowledge, and like a lot of experience, and I knew music theory, and I knew a lot of things, but I never.
But you were scared to be a frontman.
Yeah,
I think that was the thing. It was, you wanted to be, but like, I mean, I'm not going to go into why, but you had a really hard childhood too, where people really beat you down. And I think that it makes sense why you felt you never had the confidence to jump forward.
I was afraid to stand on my own and not be like in a group.
But you totally shine.
I mean, I think both of us still have those anxieties, but he's really encouraged me to just step forward and take the risk.
You just got to do it. You know, I think that's been I was a little different. I got kicked out of my house when I was like 16 or 17. And I had to go out and learn how to like take care of myself and make money and stuff like that. And so for me, I got the skill of you have to survive. Like you have to do it. Like you
So did
can't.
I mean, I got kicked
Yeah,
out when I was
that's
18
true.
and I had to make my own money, but I still just always surrounded myself. I always just kind of was such a good sport. I just found myself.
Ultimate butt itch right there.
I was always like,
That's
I
the
just always
juicy
had
footage. I think we got our thumbnail right here.
Right here.
The double dip.
yeah,
Frito-Lay, dude.
I just always got attached to people. I mean, thinking back, every band I was always in, there was always really good people in it, and I just kind of like, I don't want to say piggybacked because I didn't, but in a weird way, like
You thought you were piggybacking, but you were holding your own.
yeah.
I think that's a good way to say it. Is like you were definitely holding your own, and I think, I mean, like if you look back at VANLADYLOVE, and this is no like dig on anyone else. You did the most live. You played bass with one hand and Ableton push and triggered the song with other hands. You were playing your Moog. You were playing multiple synths, and you were the fan favorite. People will always interact with you. You had the most energy. You were jumping around, and that's not digging
I can
anyone
jump
else. I
around,
think
yeah.
everybody there is really talented. Like I
Yeah.
love everybody that was in that.
Jordan was an amazing writer. Travis was amazing vocals. We had
Caleb's great writer.
Caleb's great writer. We had 11 different drummers in the history of VANLADYLOVE.
But I think that yeah, you don't give yourself enough credit for what you did. And look, I mean, your big album that you recorded in Green Day Studio was co-produced by you. And so I just feel like you don't give yourself enough credit. You may think that way and may have thought that way, but you were a hustler. You worked hard. You got shit done.
I was definitely the most obsessed with being
You were. Yep.
full-time in music.
You corralled everyone too. Remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's just. Yeah, I'm a firm believer, and we're going over time, but I'm a firm believer that everybody, and I think this is a big thing of Daddy, like a big thing that I try to show is like everyone's worth it. Everyone is worth the exact same amount, and that amount is like there's nothing more valuable than a person. And I think that anyone can create a beauty that no one else can create in their own way that the world is like the world needs. And everybody needs to reach that spot, and it's going to be different for everybody else, and that's okay. But I want to help encourage everyone to find that satisfaction of finding something that you truly love because you love it, creating that, and then being able to enjoy the fruits of that inspiration. And so yeah, I don't know, maybe that's a good place to end it. I think our invitation to you is to anybody that's watching this is to find something that you love and do it. You don't have to copy anyone else. You don't have to try hard. Just consistent work over time, intelligent learning, educating yourself,
Purposeful.
trying, practicing. It's going to get you to a place that's unique and fun and beautiful. And there's no better feeling. I will tell you this right now. To me, there's no better feeling than putting your heart and soul into something and then seeing other people appreciate it. There was a moment I can specifically think about playing a show. There's a couple shows. I played a show in Alpine days. There's a couple thousand kids there.
That's crazy.
And there was kids in the crowd that were singing my music like they had known it before. And just seeing them all jumping in excited and just loving it, and then hearing them sing it loud word for word.
It's a serotonin hit.
And again, at Alien Stock, it's almost more than a serotonin hit. There's just something special about that. It's like you created a connection. And now, like, they know something about your life, and now you're able to learn about them, and you become friends and develop these friendships. And I can't tell you how many followers that have followed me on Daddy that have become my genuine friends that, like, literally will hang out, will play games on Discord, that's so fun to me, is creating and enjoying a community of people that have a like-minded purpose in life.
And VANLADYLOVE ruined me from ever being satisfied going back to corporate America, because we had some songs that really resonated with people. Like, I mean, to the point where people were getting lyrics tattooed on them. Or the one that always stands out to me most was a father who told me I still lightly stay in touch with him, that one of our songs, Alive, saved his son from suicide. Like, having people come up to our shows, it's just this amazing feeling connecting with another human like that over something that you've created, that would rather die poor and keep doing what I do
Exactly.
than do something else, which kind of sucks because being a musician is like so bipolar and so like stressful. It's such a stressful, like not wise career path. So it's like in some ways I'm like, damn, I really wish I could just like go to a 9 to 5 and come home and watch.
What's
Netflix.
the beauty in it?
But I
Is
just
you're
can't.
sacrificing something that everyone is so obsessed with, which is just like monetary gain, to do something that you think
I've
is going
walked
to bring
away.
worth. So have I.
So
We've
much
walked away
money.
from multi-million-dollar offers, not like necessarily up front,
Not in the front,
but like
over the years.
jobs that could be very, very, very
Maybe-
lucrative.
Maybe not
in the
more. I mean,
corporate world.
6 feet. Like him and I both worked in technology, and like that's a very growing field. Like I was in a software company.
Oh,
I
yeah.
left it for VANLADYLOVE. Like I full on walked away from a 6-figure salary job.
Yeah, those guys start out at like 100K, right?
Moved out to Florida. Yeah, I had a company that wanted me to come to Florida.
And he had done it for years.
to
at
run
that
their
point,
Salesforce instance, and they were going to pay me 6 figures, and I was really tempted because I was just a kid still, and I was like, damn, just because I knew, we're millennials, like we grew up on technology, so we just kind of this leg up, and I just was really lucky that I fell into this technology thing, but I was like, and this is right when VANLADYLOVE was starting to take off. It was like I was in the band for like 6 months at that point, and I just didn't even, it wasn't even a second thought. I turned him down, quit my job, my current job that I was making good money at, and did VANLADYLOVE full time. I had some money saved up and just went full time. And I do not.
Yeah, and you've had a lot of like great success since then too. Like I remember like getting into the studio with you for the first time. I just thought like I was super intimidated because everybody was like talking it up, and even one of my buddies that I have another interview on my channel with, Skies Like Rockets, we were like, you were their first inspiration was watching VANLADYLOVE live in Rexburg, or I think it was like Rexburg, Idaho, or something like that. And he said that like he started playing guitar crazy hard because of it. Shout out Nate and the now dead Skies Like Rockets, but love those guys. And so I think that like, yeah, you should be absolutely proud of like everything that you've accomplished. I mean, now you're like working with Mr.Beast, you're doing, you've got your daddy project, Steeledream Records, and now we got weekly content coming out, right? Did I miss anything on the list of like what's going on in your life that we should tell people? Or
He's killing it.
That's basically my Steeledream Records artist, Daddy initiates Scarlet.
He's involved with every
Yes,
Steeledream Records artist very intimately. So anything that comes out has been ran through Steele, and he's helping with strategy. So yeah, I mean, all of this is his. Like I would very firmly say that like Steele is a part of Daddy. Like Daddy is obviously like my persona and my project, but Steele is a part of that project, and like that's an invaluable piece for me, and I could not have gotten anywhere near. I mean, I didn't know jack shit about recording guitar. I didn't know anything about recording rock music. I just liked rock music. And he had been in a rock band. So, oh my gosh, he was able to teach me how to make that blend. So I knew how to make EDM because we'd learned together. But
I will always, no matter what happens, I'll always take credit for Daddy in the sense that I saw his talent. I didn't create the talent, I saw the talent. That's what I will take credit for. But once I gave him enough of a kick in the butt for him to actually believe in himself, he used to tell me over and over again, I can't do this, I can't do this. And I was just like, yes, you can, yes, you can, yes, you can, yes, you can. I'm like, you definitely can be a producer. I guarantee it.
So when's the Steele and Daddy collab coming out then?
I know. Well, that's gonna be my first. There is one coming out. It's on the books. It's planned.
Alright.
That's it. But he's gonna be my. I'll give you a sneak preview that he'll be my first vocalist on my first vocal track.
That's what I'm talking about.
But once he finally stopped doubting himself, and I would say like 6 months after us being friends, 6 to 12 months. I can't remember. It's
more
been a
than
while.
that.
It was a while. Probably about a year. I thought 6 months, somewhere in that range. He finally was like, you know what? I actually think I could be a producer.
And I gave music a full-time shot, I switched from what I was going to do, which was just business. I was trying to BYU. I dropped out of school.
I gave him Ableton, the software that I use. It's expensive. It's like $700. They gave you 2 licenses, so you can install it on 2 computers. I gave him my second license for free. I just said, here you go.
Mhm.
And I gave him my second license, and I would say within 6 months after me giving him his second license, he picked it up super fast. He worked really hard, and I was like, and then in some ways he like within 6 months, there were things that he was better at than I was, like within 6 months. There were certain things that I still think I had like the experience side.
He's a better technical producer.
Like the creativity,
hands down
he was
still.
creating stuff.
We just do different stuff now.
He was creating stuff within 6 months where I was like jealous of what he was creating. I remember specifically thinking, like, fuck, you're already better than me. And I've been doing this for years. And you've been doing this for like 6 months, you asshole. But I've legitimately been jealous of him many times. But he's just such
so funny because
it's the same bro that even when I'm jealous of him, I just like want him to succeed even more. Like whenever I'm jealous of him, I catch myself being jealous, and I'm like, then I'm like, yes, he needs like, what can I do to help this thing that I'm jealous of? This song that you did, like, how can I help you like promote this or make it better or record some guitar on it or whatever you need? Like, dude, I've definitely been very jealous of you at times. You'll write stuff and I'm like, dude, like I know how to mix better, or I know how to sound design, or I can do stuff a little faster or something like that. But I'm like, this melody that you came up with or this song that you wrote, I'm like, this is so much better than anything that I've made. So
beautiful.
Well, we all do it together now, and I'm excited, man. Some of the songs we're working on are freaking cool.
I think we're all getting pretty
like really cool. And my first song's about to hit 400,000 on Spotify.
You said about to have another song hit
100,000. Yeah, I think things are cruising. Goodbye's getting about 1.5 to 2,000 streams a day right now, which is awesome.
Funny, I was just a rock dude for the longest time, and I finally wanted to get into production, and I thought to myself, man, production's gonna be so hard. It's gonna take me like a whole year to get really good at production. And I was like, damn, that's such a long time. That's gonna take me like a whole year before I'm making bangers. Here we are like 6 or 7 years later, and I'm like, fuck, what am I ever gonna do?
I feel like I'm worse than when I started.
Dude, to become a producer, it's honestly like years and years and years.
And one of the funniest things is you can be a really good producer that makes good stuff, and then sometimes if you go a couple days without being in the dock, you sit down and you make hot garbage.
Yeah.
Like serious garbage. Like not even just like like that stuff that you'd be ashamed of your 5-year-old playing on a toy piano. Like it is bad. Like it just happens. It's so funny, and that's why it can be so demoralizing to be a musician.
It's so
because you can put out a banger and then you try to do it again, and you're like, well, this sounds ass.
For every good song that you hear an artist make, there's like 10 to 20 just ass songs.
Wow. So you have a lot that you end up just throwing away at the end of the day.
Oh yeah. Well, you never throw them away. You just hang on to them just because you never know what part you want to
souvenir of your time that you passed.
I've thought about this is a fun idea I've had. I've thought about releasing my entire catalog someday. So every demo, even if it's just a loop, just a big folder of like hundreds and hundreds of files.
Albums, dude.
And literally, it's just so if anyone wants to see my entire collection that I've ever
just
created,
lift the
hood so everyone can see what it actually looks like to create these kinds of songs. But I don't know if I have the gall to do it right now.
They either will never see the light. Just answer your question. They'll either never see a live day, or sometimes you'll come back and you're like, whoa, everything about this was ass except the drum beat was kind of cool. And then you'll just steal that one thing and you'll make another song out of it.
Did I ever tell you how I started Goodbye with Aaron?
How you started it? No.
Yeah. I was bored at work, and it was when me and Steele were working at the same place. And I had my work laptop, so I downloaded Ableton. And then I used my
AirPods. It's like a company issue laptop.
I went into the corner where no one could look at my screen, and I used my AirPods, and I was just like having kind of a shitty day. So I started that song. And then
he was at work. He was literally at work at a startup software company, pretending to work, but instead he was just producing.
That's how that song was born. It was like 2 years ago. And then it stayed for a while because I couldn't find the right vocalist and the right vibe. Then I finally talked to Aaron, and I sent it to Aaron, and he was like, hold up. And the next day he sent me lyrics and vocals that he'd written.
Wow.
And it just flowed and it worked.
Weren't you originally trying to pitch that to somebody else?
Yeah. Well, he said he liked it. Yeah, it just didn't end up happening.
Devin Oliver,
yeah. So that's a little known secret. Right. Devin Oliver almost sang on that song. We were this close.
We'll get Devin on another track. Yeah.
Wow, that's freaking nuts. Well, I honestly thank you guys so much for all the like inside information that you shared with me. And like, I feel like our conversations are always very real, and we end up going down places that like I never expected. And that's like what I love the most about doing interviews, is just like going into those places. So I mean, and I appreciate you taking the time and coming through for the interview. Like that's
Dude,
awesome.
I apologize to future you when you're having to edit all this. And there's like, I have to sit through.
It's okay. We'll be able to like throw it all together. It'll be no problem, honestly. So I spend I mean I usually spend when it comes to editing, I end up spending more time than I think that I'm spending. So time passes actually like really quickly when I'm like cutting things up and putting them together and stuff. So that's what's nice about doing like raw interviews is you don't have to like cut all, you know what I mean? You don't have to, you can just cut things out. You don't have to like add a whole bunch of stuff into it or whatever. So it's yeah, it's a lot more organic and easier flowing. So
Well, good to see you again. That's funny. I didn't even like, I'm like, when I saw you, you looked familiar, but I just couldn't place all the things that I've done have turned my brain into mush. So
dude, that's okay. That was an era of music for me when I was like